Hello YouTube, my name is Sam, and in this video I'm going to be talking about a particular band that I've actually mentioned before on my channel, The Warning. Now before I continue, if you end up liking this video, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I also want to mention too, before I continue, that I'm really hoping that the Warning Army is mature enough to not attack me after this because, well, quite frankly, your anger at me is going to be misguided. Because I am a fan of this band, and I'm planning on seeing them in July in Orlando, okay? So, again, I hope that the Warning Army is mature enough to understand where I'm coming from on this. Now, a couple years ago, I did a video on the band's album, Error. And I was explaining how it was a brilliant album, which I still think it is, and it should have been nominated for a Grammy. Should have won a Grammy, actually, for Best Rock Album, but alas, the Grammys are another thing. I don't want to get into on that. But then they followed up in 2024 with the album Keep Me Fed. And when I heard the first real single from this album called Sick, I'm like, why is this doesn't sound as brilliant as their previous releases? And what's interesting to note is that there was actually a fellow member of the Warning Army that commented on the Facebook group saying that if he never heard of this band before and checked out just Sick, he probably wouldn't have any interest in checking them out further. Ouch. And I decided to give this album a chance by buying it. And I noticed that a lot of the songs lack a lot of the brilliance and fire that the previous release had. And then I found out something interesting. For the first time in the band's history, they hired outside writers to do a lot of these songs. Personally, I think that's a mistake. And the reason why is very simple. Whenever a record label hires outside writers to do the songs for a band or group, it's never about the band's interest at heart. It's always about the record label's interest at heart. A lot of these songs seems like they're written for mass market, radio airplay rather than long-term staying power for the fans. And I don't want a band as good as The Warning to fall into that. And I forget who said it, but one of the members of the band was saying that these songs are designed to come alive when they're played in a live concert setting. Now, I'm not entirely understanding that rationale here, because as a longtime music enthusiast, if it was an issue with just the mixing, I can understand that. But the issue is not with the mixing, the issue is with the songs themselves. And I know that what I'm going to say next is probably going to enact a firestorm among the members of the Warning Army. Trust me, I feel you on this one, but I'm going to say it anyway. The Warning, as a group, the members have morphed from cute little kids to beautiful young women. And I really hope this isn't the case, but I hope that the record label is not counting on people seeing them in a live setting and having their eyes distract their ears into making the new song sound better or seem better than they actually are. I really hope that's not the case here. Now, don't get me wrong, the album isn't bad. I still like it, alright? It's just not as good as Error is. And I hope for future releases that The Warning returns to this, okay? Not that, okay? First thing they need to do is for the next album to not hire outside writers and keep things in-house. That will go a long way to basically, having the next album be the brilliance that Error was. Now, for the people who are saying that I'm bashing The Warning or that I'm not bashing, I'm offering constructive opinions on this, okay? I am a fan of this band. I want to see them succeed. I think they are very talented, but I really don't want people to look back in time and keep me fed as their, you know, commercial success or commercialized album. I want them to be remembered for Error and albums like that. But anyway, that's all I have to say on this particular topic. I hope to see you guys soon. Again, hopefully the Warning Army doesn't come after me that bad. And I will see you again soon. Bye.